Welcome to A Bed in Bangkok with
two
two bitches. I'm Meg.
I'm Jo.
Good morning.
Good morning, sleepyhead.
I slept in our bed in Bangkok.
How was it?
It was good. It's not just cute.
Okay, good. It's practical.
It's practical.
Okay, nice.
It was nice. I slept in a gin-induced coma from our adventures last night, which were so fun. We should tell everybody what we did.
So last night, I took you to Soy Nana in Chinatown and broke your little cherry.
Yeah. You broke my little chrysanthemum gin cocktail cherry.
But that you weren't happy about.
That was not my favorite cocktail of the night. I do want to clarify, since I didn't know, because I didn't pay attention, shocker. When you said we were going to Nana, we were not going to Naughty Nana.
No. And so you were very nice and said, that sounds like fun. And then you sent me a bar way far away from Nana and said, well, this could also be cute.
Because I was trying to gently encourage us not to go to the land of the ping pong shows, not realizing, of course, that there was no way you were taking me there. But now I learned there's a Soy Nana in Chinatown, and she's a real cute street.
She's, real cute. Actually, streets. It's every time, like I said to you yesterday, every time I go there, there's something new. So it's booming. But we got there very early. We're grandmas who got there early.
Or you could say, because we started at a rooftop bar, which we love a rooftop bar in Bangkok, sort of a signature thing here. We were seeing the sunset. We were watching the vibes. We were having the cocktail on the rooftop bar.
All I'm saying is when we were heading home, everyone else was coming out.
Yeah, that's true. The young ones were out for the evening. It was a Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, first stop was One Day Wallflower, which I put a lot of pressure on you that you better fucking like it.
Yeah, I believe your exact words were, if you don't like it, we have trouble.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And I meant that with all of my heart.
Yeah.
Because I just remember the first time going there and being so blown away with, wow, this is just something you don't get here, really, especially at the time, the first time I went. And I've had taken some people there and they're kind of like, oh.
You needed a, oh.
Yeah. So, but I think the problem is when I say, I should just not say rooftop bar, because I think some people are expecting vertigo. And then they walk into anthropology. Yes. Yeah. And then they're like, well, what the fuck?
I would say what I really love about it is that the aesthetic of the place is very, anthropology being a good descriptor. The anthropology stores are loaded with curio, whimsy. You know, at that place last night, the floor was wood, but it had been painted with flowers, and you couldn't tell until you were walking down those teeny tiny stairs that it was like a washed up, like a faded, not washed up, like a faded painted floor that was really pretty. I love shit like that.
Yeah.
And also, like, when you look at a chandelier that's half made of twigs, and I'm like, oh, that's really cute. And then you go over and you realize there's like little decapitated plastic animal horse pieces on it. Like, that kind of weird stuff is my vibe. So I would tell people that One Day Wallflower is a cafe with a cute little rooftop where it's a very whimsical vibe.
Yes.
Whimsy.
So the only thing I have to say that I was disappointed with just in general was they used to have a bigger and better menu. So last night they had changed it. It used to be a clipboard. You could see pictures of all the food. And I really believe the sushi selection was a lot bigger.
There were only like 2 rolls.
It was only 2 rolls.
Yeah.
And so that was, I'm sad that they've changed that, because that really also made it special that you could go there and have like such a great meal as well. Our meal last night was okay.
It was okay. But the drinks were nice and the vibe was really fun.
Yeah.
And so I would
Excellent.
definitely go again. And also, we did not have any of those delicious looking cheesecakes on the first floor. And I'm a little pissed at you about that. So I will have to go back for some of those yummy cheesecakes.
I have had those cheesecakes before I had ever gone to One Day Wallflower. We had a dinner and Patrick brought cheesecake as dessert. And they're just beautiful. They're beautiful
gorgeous.
to look at. I'm not really a cheesecake person, but I, had to be polite. Oh my God, I ate the whole thing. It was so good. I feel like it was some type of coffee flavor or something. I don't know, like a mocha, whatever. But it was not only gorgeous, but absolutely delicious. And he had brought an assortment, and every single one of them was so good. And then the first time I went there, I was like, oh, that's the cheesecake that Patrick brought. So it's, yeah. And yesterday they had a ton.
Yeah, they had a bunch of choices and they were pretty. They'll have again, with the vibe of the cute restaurant, they had like the little flowers on top. Anyway, we'll have to go back for cheesecake because I'm a fan. That place was so cute. That was a win.
Next time we'll do dinner somewhere else, and then we can do dessert and cocktails.
And whimsy on the roof.
Yes.
Yes, I love.
And so now also we didn't go to the one, basically now across from that is another rooftop bar. Last time I had been, it was just a restaurant and they hadn't opened the rooftop.
Oh, right.
But that also looked cute.
It
just
looked
a
really cool.
completely different vibe,
Yeah.
new.
New.
So yeah, and then after that we went to Teens of Thailand because I feel like everyone talks about Teens of Thailand and they're always doing collabs with other places and stuff. So we had to do that. And
so Teens of Thailand is like this teeny tiny little bar that only serves gin and gin cocktails.
yes, there may be 6 tables, but like 2 tops.
Yeah, teeny
So,
tiny. And
yeah,
then the bar probably only sat like 10 people.
maximum.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not at all like it, but the size is kind of like those little places. Have you been to Tokyo?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. So there's an area with all these little tiny bars and you can fit maybe 8, 10 people in. It's a bit bigger than that, but like if you're a group of 6, it's not going to work really because you're going to be sitting like along a wall or something. So it's a good place for 2, 3 people.
It's definitely like a date place too.
Yeah.
Although that
And-
guy sitting at the bar with that cute girl when we walked in, I was like, buddy, I hope you're not on a date because he was not trying at all.
Well,
He was just talking about himself the whole time.
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do men have to try here?
Oh, that is a very fair question. No, sadly, they
Yeah,
can do
so
the
I think
most.
they get lazy.
They do the minimum.
Yeah.
The minimum.
Yeah, but she was really trying.
She wasn't. She was so
She
cute.
wasn't, I mean, she was fine.
She
You find
wa-
everyone cute if they're like below 20.
I
25,
do.
sorry.
Look, they have so much hope in their little faces. They're out there trying to get laid and have a life and have adventures. And I just looked at her and I was like, she's so cute and he's
Go
attractive.
home.
Go find somebody else because he
Exactly.
is very into himself.
Yeah.
Bless her sweet little heart.
I didn't really pay that much attention, but you had a better view of
I
them.
did. I had the angle.
I had the view of like the chalkboard. So let's talk about your drink though.
Oh, my drink, my chrysanthemum cocktail. Yeah, chrysanthemums are flowers and plenty, I guess, people do consume them and drink them as tea and stuff. It's not really a flavor that I think I can now say I enjoy in a cocktail. Mm-hmm. It's like you drink, it's interesting when you drink a curated cocktail and like the first sip is delicious and then there's something that comes on the back of the palate. And that's what it was. It was like as soon as I tasted it, I was like, ooh. And then the chrysanthemum hit and I was like,
Well, I was very careful because I've been to a place before that one of the drinks, it was a gin drink and it said something about salted whatever. But it was spicy and so I thought this sounds delicious. And I took one sip and was like, oh, I'm ready for what is it, colonoscopy?
colonoscopy.
Like, it was
that drink that you have.
It was so It really like upsetting, like very upsetting. So I gave it to my husband, and
Right, as you should. You're like, this is disgusting. You should drink it.
that's what we do. If I don't like it, then he takes it and gives me what he has. And yeah, even he was like, "No, ma'am, no, like we are not doing this." So yeah, last night yours wasn't that bad, but it wasn't like your favorite drink, but it was drinkable.
Yeah.
Okay, and my gimlet was really good.
Your gimlet was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like crisp and frosty and beautiful. And I love cocktail glasses. I love like a cunty little tiny pretty glass like that.
I'm always like, it's so small.
I know,
I get scared.
You want a big cup all the time.
I do.
You
I
wanted
do.
my big cup.
I want a beer or an Aperol glass.
A big goblet.
But so I did feel a little bad. You went to the restroom and the bartender that you liked so much was talking about, what type of gin I like. And I'm like,
you were like, I don't like gin.
yeah, like I drink like a gin tonic once a year, but I think he was really hoping to like tell me some stuff about gin and so I think if you're a gin lover, it's a great place to go because
for sure.
They would love to be like, then we can do this. And that, and we did do that one time at a bar in Frankfurt. And it was a great time. And I think I liked all the gins because I had like 14 of them, But
who can say?
Exactly. But so I think that you can have fun there if you're a gin drinker.
Oh, well, there were all kinds of things. I am a gin drinker.
Yeah,
and there were all kinds of gins that I'd never seen before. And I would totally go back and do that. Because that bartender, I know you were teasing me for having a chat with him. But it's such a tiny place. And he needed to talk. I could feel it. And he wanted to chat. He was really sweet. They're good. They're clearly like, they're really good bartenders. You know what I mean? These aren't just people slinging drinks. These are people making mixology.
Yeah.
And so he wanted to
I was happy
do the
for
curation
you.
thing.
I was happy for you since, that other time you were talking to the waitress and that was a total fail.
Okay, listen, I hold out hope eternal sometimes that I can find ways to communicate with people. She did not know what I was asking, what I was saying, or what I wanted.
She was scared to death. She's like, please let me go. Please.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Was it?
When she brought me olives on a bed of ice, I ordered a martini. So there's an actor that I know, an old friend, and
just an old friend, George.
No, stop. It's not. I said that as if he was somebody famous. He's not anybody famous, but he's a lovely and talented person.
Okay.
And he drinks his gin martinis with a twist and an olive because he likes a little bit of that citrus. And he got me doing it. I also really like it. Now, often when you order it, people are like, what? You want them both? They don't understand. So clearly when I ordered that martini that way, she did not know what I was asking for. But the fact that she brought me the martini with the twist and then a really pretty pedestal glass of shaved ice with 4 of the tiniest olives, non-special. These were not like boutique, artisanal olives. These were like,
these weren't stuffed
olives out of the jar from Villa.
Yes, exactly.
With a pimento in them.
Yes.
Just casually thrown on top of this bed of ice. I was like, baby, what is this?
But even after that, you still thought that you can ask, how did they concoct this blah blah? I was like, stop it.
That was the martini. The martini thought we can find a way to communicate, but the martini was wrong.
Well, the beer knew.
Yeah. The beer was grounded.
Abort. This is not the bed you want to die on. This is really you kept at it for a good minute.
Listen, I am Southern. I will talk to anybody, as you well know.
Yeah. No.
You are the other kind of Southern.
Exactly. Yeah. That sounds real nice. Anyways, she did say she was going to go and ask, and then she never came to our table again.
Yeah, because I scared her with the cracker question.
Exactly.
And then they tried to charge me $100 for those olives.
And then when you said something, the guy got pissy. That was not necessary.
Yeah.
That was a pity.
But
other than that, our adventures were good. So where I didn't get to take you to was Yacht Club. They were closed.
Oh, yeah. Tell me what that place is like.
So it's just also everything there is like a little rooftop bar.
Yeah.
And this one's the same. They have a bar downstairs when you first walk in, but I've never seen people in it. And then there's some like the toilets are on the second floor. Then there's a third floor with a locked door that some type of party happens, but I've never been into it.
A party you're not invited to.
Exactly. And then at the top is just a little rooftop bar. And we've only been there, I think, 3 times. But every time, same bartender. And she makes the best espresso martini. But yesterday they weren't open, which is fine. It's a Tuesday. The other place that wasn't open was Bahau. And Bahau, I just wanted to show you because it's just this cute little restaurant. I think there's maximum 6 tables. They'll put a few outside, but that's where, if you go for Chinese New Year, that's where the dragon dance is, which is just fun. It's just a great time.
And they dance like in the restaurant or in front of the restaurant?
In front. It's really the
'Cause it's
restaurant
teeny-tiny?
is teeny tiny. They might go in a tiny bit into the restaurant, but there's also like 5 guys with this so
Right.
it's so, but it's mainly in front of it. And then, I would do that every year. So, and Bahau also has 3 rooms. It's like a tiny little hotel, like an Airbnb type of thing.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh, yeah, you were showing me the one on the top. So
Yeah.
that has like a balcony, so you can stay there.
exactly. Unfortunately, like normally it's kind of lit up. And so you can see the room, which is nice, unless there's people staying in there. But I think last night the whole thing just seemed closed. But I wanted to stay there, and it is difficult to get a room because it's only 3 rooms.
I'm sure it books out fast.
Yeah. So one time I booked it, I think 6 months in advance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's a cute place, and then we just walked past Mustang Blue, but that's also beautiful hotel. Rooms are great. Prices really okay. Only problem with that is we went one time, Chinese New Year, booked a hotel, had about 42, gin drinks
Yes.
and things. Woke up the next morning feeling rough. And we went downstairs for breakfast, and they were playing, I'm going to say the name wrong, Rachmaninoff.
Yeah, Rachmaninoff.
Yes. I always feel like I'm like, blah, blah, blah. So they were playing that at breakfast, which is like the most depressing music when you feel like death anyways. And you're just like,
You were like, now I'm going to go on the roof and jump off.
exactly. Except the roof isn't really high enough. So the next time we did that, we requested to have breakfast in the room, which was way better.
Got it.
Yeah.
Where you could play ABBA and just
Exactly.
dance around in your underpants.
Or just not play anything and
Yes.
just, comfort or like just like,
comfort your heads.
yeah, exactly. So, but we didn't go there. And then where else did we go last night? Oh, we went to Madame K, which,
Oh, yeah, Madame K.
so Madame K, the people who designed that helped design our apartment, well, our balcony. And I really just love them. They did such a good job at house. Design house. I need to check it, and then I'll say it again because I want to say really only good things about them. But they do like furniture design, indoor, outdoor, interior decorating. That was unfortunately a little bit slow, but Meg somehow seemed to think that we were sitting next to some famous British actor. Would you like to tell who was sitting next to us?
I don't know if we were sitting next to a famous British actor, but that guy was handsome and
That
British.
makes him famous.
No. Well, bitch, why not? It's Thailand. He was definitely handsome. He was definitely British. He was definitely talking about the movie business endlessly.
Was he?
Yeah.
Were you like listening to anything I was saying?
Listen, I am a bitch who can do 2 things at once, especially when I'm drinking gin. My spidey senses get very alive about what's happening all over the place. And I just want to know. Like, I'm also, when you're the only 2 women in an establishment and there's like 6 men, I'm on high alert. I'm like, are we going to get flirted with? Are we going to be attacked? Are
We
we going to
did
be
not.
ignored? None of those things. We got ignored. But I was
Wait, what would be better, attacked
or flirted with.
no, attacked or ignored? I think attacked. At least they'd show interest.
Yeah, that would be, and you get a good story out of it, right?
Exactly.
That is twisted. But no, I Because I work in entertainment, right? So whenever I hear anybody talking, when I even hear like a glimmer of a phrase,
What was he talking about?
he was just talking about like making this movie, and then the old man with him was saying something about like, oh, is he in your movie with you, or is he in the movie, blah blah blah, and then that was about as much as I got. So I didn't learn a lot, but he was handsome and British. He was very tall,
He was very tall. Yeah.
bulky.
So the name, sorry, I just checked real quickly.
Oh,
I want
yeah.
to throw that out
Please
there.
do.
Open house, one word. Open house design. So,
Open house design. Well, Madam K is really beautifully designed inside.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't see upstairs. But anyways, you had a great drink there.
I did.
I went back to beer.
I had another beautiful gin cocktail with like cardamom and citrus. It was beautiful. That was probably my favorite one.
What was your boyfriend drinking?
What was my boyfriend drinking? I don't know. I didn't. His giant back was turned to me. I couldn't tell.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I do. I don't know what they were drinking, but they had like those big cups that look like you would find them in like a tiki hut. Do you remember?
Yes. Ceramic sort of cups. You're right. They look like a tiki cup.
Yeah, it was kind of bizarre. Like to me, it didn't fit with like Madam K.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I mean, he could drink out of anything, right?
Oh, stop. It wasn't quite that intense. I was more just, I'm always just curious. Like, what's everybody's story? What's going on? Mm-hmm. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Stop.
Anyways, unfortunately, we had to leave him.
Yes.
Yeah, because it was... Well, they were ignoring us.
So we had to go.
Yeah, we had to go. Yeah. And then they're like, what? You're leaving? Like, well, yeah.
I was like, nobody engaged with us the whole time we were there. And then there's like those 4 random dudes sitting outside, like not at their place, but in front of their place on the chairs, drinking the beers that they brought from somewhere else. And I was like, tacky.
Yeah, that's true. But they looked really young. They were so young and cute.
They weren't young and cute. They were not young.
So full of hope.
They were not full of hope. They were full of beer and bad decisions. And the night was just beginning.
And even they ignored us.
Yes. Oh, and then we went to Brown Sugar.
That was, I think, the highlight.
Oh, I liked that place a lot.
Yeah. So we got there and it was pretty empty because, we're early birds.
Yes.
But draft beer, Mama's happy.
Indeed.
Good live music. The guy was happy that we were singing Radiohead along with him.
He was so happy, bless his sweetheart.
Yeah. And he was good. He was
trying.
Yeah. And then after that, I was but then we had decided to go and because, it had to get home.
Yeah.
It was late.
And
And so, but the band that came after, they were going to be good.
we heard them a little bit. They were excellent.
Yeah. But like that would have been a good time.
Yes.
Not like, a lot of times there it's really like some jazz and blues and like, get up. This was just kind of lounge music.
Yeah.
But really nice.
3-piece band, 2 guitars and a bass, 2 singers.
The girl was like 12 years old.
The girl was like 12 years old, but she was good. And he was excellent. And then, see, you want to tease me about paying attention, everybody. There were also those that K-pop group that seemed to come in.
These boys.
See, that your turn. You were obsessed with them.
I was obsessed with their skin because I'm having issues with my skin at the moment. So I was like, I will drink your blood. Like, what is happening? This dewy glow. No, I mean, obviously no wrinkles. We can all, kind of do that with Botox. But and then of course they sit down and they had like a babysitter with them. Like I don't know if it was their manager or what. I swear one woman was with them carrying a makeup bag.
Yes.
And she kind of went to like a back corner. Like I don't think she's allowed to sit with them. And the other woman was there to basically like I don't know.
They were
order
making
for them
and make content. They were filming them.
Yeah. Okay. And they only drank water, so I was like, well, that would help. As I drank my huge beers and was like, finally a big glass. But they.
Why does my skin seem so dry?
Yeah. Anyway, so they were they. I really would love to know, but they probably have this regimen that I would never do anyways.
Yes.
And they were also like 22.
I was
so
going to say,
yeah, maybe that's part of the problem.
And they have the glow of youth, darling.
Yeah.
Then it has to become Death Becomes Her. See, that's where my Death Becomes Her comes from.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do we get the vial so that I can drink it and be, 107 years old, but look like I'm 33?
And still get ignored by them.
That's fine. I can be, I don't care. I don't need any men to talk to me because ew. And also, I have a husband. I'm always just curious.
When you're 107, he might not be around anymore.
Well, right, because I'll have had the vial. That's
Exactly,
true.
yeah.
Poor man. He's so good. R.I.P. I will think of him fondly. He was a really good husband.
Okay, so next time I definitely want to go back with you.
Yeah.
We need to. So we wanted to go to Hex Bar.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one you sent me to get me to not take you to a ping pong show.
That is true. Want to go to Hex Bar in Chinatown. I also want to go to the Opium Bar, which is over near Hex Bar.
Okay, which is mhm.
Which they sort of sound like they're a similar.
And they're right
hexing and opium.
close to each other. But that was just, I took you to the other street where Mustang Blue was. They have the Independence Bar. We didn't go in there.
And the sake room, which was next to it. That seemed cool.
So, I mean, there's just too many places.
Yeah.
Like, had it been a Friday night, we throw down.
Yes.
But on a Tuesday, we had to kind of like keep it.
I think for a Tuesday, we did a good job.
I think so too. But there's just too many places, so you can't see them all.
Well, we'll just have to go see more.
Exactly. So Hex Bar was a little further away. Opium. So we got to plan it strategically.
We got to keep diving deeper into Chinatown and go out and have fun.
Mm-hmm. And then also you told me about like the normal Chinatown, Yarawat.
Yarawat,
What's the
like
place?
Chop Chop Cook Shop, which is
What is that again?
it is a restaurant in Yarawat that is like right in the heart of it all. It's a little more like a bit of an upscale Chinese Cantonese restaurant, but it looks almost like a diner inside.
Okay.
It's just a really cool vibe. The food is delicious. And it's a lovely place. Actually, this is another when people come to visit, I've actually met quite a few people there for lunch, and it's nice because you can just sit in air conditioning, eat delicious food, but watch all the fun chaos that is Chinatown happening outside the window. It's like a nice respite in the middle of the day.
I just had a complete I completely blocked this out because it's been so many years. But the first time I was in Chinatown, I was meeting a former customer of mine. She was coming from Germany. And we said, let's meet in Chinatown and go to blah, 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 near Chinatown. And I'm walking around because I got there early and, where we used to live had to leave like 4 hours in advance. And then when you needed it to be on time, you'd be early. And I was walking around and all of a sudden there was all this commotion and you heard screaming and all this. And I'm on the other side of the street and I just see this group of like teenage boys running out of a soy and they all had machetes.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes. And all the people that like working there were just kind of got like out of the way. And as they were coming out of the store, they were all like putting them away and but they'd obviously done something, scared someone, proven a point, and then were fleeing.
So they were a machete wielding gang of teenagers.
Like 20s, one of them looked like he was 12, but like for the most part I'd say like early 20s.
Shit.
Late teens. Yeah, it was maybe 8 guys.
Were you like, I'm so glad I moved here?
I wasn't really bothered. Like I feel like, well, it's not a gun.
True.
And I do feel like I'm not saying that who knows what they were up to, but I'm not saying that what they were up to was okay, but I didn't get the feeling that they wanted to scare other people or harm other people.
Right, they had done something.
They had an intention that wasn't.
Maybe they were making a movie.
With the British guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he lives here and he's a famous filmmaker.
Maybe.
And by famous, I mean there's plenty of guys that would tell you they're a famous filmmaker that live
there's
here.
plenty of guys that made some films. So, anyways,
guarantee
but
it.
yeah, so that I just had a flashback to
Wow.
that. But I wasn't scared. I was just like, what? What just happened?
What the fuck?
Yeah. So, anyways, we didn't have any of that last night.
No.
But we can go again and see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks for staying out with me and spending the night.
You're welcome.
And yeah, I hope you have a great day.
You too. Bye, bitch.
Bye, bitch.